Hi everybody, it's Deborah from PeopleLovingAnimals.com. Thanks so much for tuning in and watching today's video. Today's video is called Why Do Cats Hiss at Each Other? In today's video, we're going to be talking about some of the specific reasons why cats will hiss at other cats, but I'm also going to give you some resources in today's video about why cats hiss in general and also why cats hiss at people. I'm also at the end of the video going to give you 2 recommendations for some cat training programs that are inexpensive and super effective. If you're having a problem with this or any other behavioral issue with your cat, it'll give you some extra help. And I'm also going to be giving you a link to a longer video that I made that covers all of these topics, not just why cats are hissing at other cats, but why they're hissing in general and why they're hissing at people. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you do, please give it a like. If you have not been here before, my name is Deborah, and I own a website called PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and several times a month I do videos all about the care and health and training of dogs and cats. So if you have a pet who you would like to have continued help with, I would love to have you on board as a subscriber. And also, please share my channel with your friends and family who have pets, because they might need some help with their animal, with their pet as well. So again, thank you so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get into today's video. Now, like I say, I have a website called PeopleLovingAnimals.com, and we're going to use this article on the website called Why Do Cats Hiss, kind of to guide me through today's video so that I can keep track and don't forget about anything. Now, I'm going to give you a link to this article in the description box of the video. And like I say, this article covers all the reasons why cats hiss. It also has a 35-minute video, and I'll give you the link to that. So after today's video, if you want to know more about some of the reasons why cats are hissing, go ahead and check those out. But for today's video, we're going to concentrate on why cats hiss at other cats. Now, before I forget, I want to tell you, I'm also going to give you a couple of links to my articles and also the videos for how to keep cats from fighting. And that goes over in more detail all the reasons why cats might be fighting. And obviously, if cats are fighting, they're going to be hissing at each other. So that goes into a lot more detail about what the beef might be between your 2 cats if you have one that's hissing at the other, or if they're both hissing at each other. I'm also going to give you a link for a video about how to prevent cat fights. And I'm sorry, I just repeated myself. I'm going to give you the video about how to prevent cat fights. That's the one that gives all the reasons why cats are fighting. I'm also going to give you a link to a video on how to break up a cat fight. I'm sorry, I misspoke. If your cats are actually physically fighting, I do have a video on my YouTube channel. I'll give you the link for how to break up a cat fight, okay? So if things are getting pretty heated, I'll be able to give you some help in today's video, and I also strongly recommend that you watch those other videos as well, because you don't want either of your cats getting hurt, and you don't want to be in a position where you or your kids are getting hurt because the cats are fighting and hissing and carrying on. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering today. So let's go ahead and get into it. Why do cats hiss at other cats? The first reason that they might hiss at another cat, and it's the most common, is they feel threatened. It's one of the most common reasons. They feel threatened. Cats will hiss at each other when they feel threatened. It's a way to communicate to the other cat that they need to stay away. Most cats are not aggressive by nature, but they just don't enjoy confrontation. Hissing at the other cat approaching is their way of avoiding the confrontation by simply letting the other cat know that they don't want to be approached. You know, contrary to what some people think, most cats are not aggressive. You know, they're not going to sit in the corner and wait for this other cat, you know, and come out and attack. They generally don't just attack. They will hiss first. They will hiss, they'll growl, they'll show their teeth. And they're doing that because they don't want the confrontation. They're trying to get the other cat to get away because they don't want to fight, okay? Also, your cat might be hissing because they're fighting over a girl. An unneutered male cat will hiss at another unneutered male cat if there is a female around. So they are really, literally just fighting over the girl. By the way, if you have a tomcat who is unneutered, I do suggest that you have the cat neutered. There's a lot of benefits for the cat and a lot of benefits for you. Unless there's a reason why you want your tomcat to father a litter of kittens, then I do suggest talk to your vet. Your vet will tell you that your tomcat will be much more manageable and you'll have a lot less behavioral issues. The cat will be less aggressive. The cat will be more content to stay around the house or in the house. It's just a much more manageable cat, and it makes the cat's life less stressful too if they're neutered. So I just mentioned that, for what it's worth. If you have an unneutered male, and if you have an unneutered male, he might be spraying, he might be urinating in the house, he might be getting aggressive. So you might already be having some issues if you have a male who is unneutered. So if he's hissing, I'm just pointing that out, that if it's a male and he's unneutered, you might want to go ahead and have that taken care of, because the cat will settle down, okay? Another reason why cats will hiss at other cats is because of stress. They'll hiss at each other if they feel stressed out, just like your kids will. Your kids will start to fight if something stressful is going on in the house. They'll turn on each other just like kids will. Speaking of stress, I'm also going to give you a link to a video called "Why Is My Cat a Nervous Wreck?" And it covers an article on my website that lists the 10 most common reasons why cats get stressed out. And if you're here, you have a cat who's hissing, you might want to go ahead and watch that video too, because, cats can be very sensitive. They can be very temperamental. They often experience fear and anxiety. And a lot of times what they're doing because of that is they're hissing, they're growling, they're being aggressive, they're fighting. Do you know what I mean? So I try to keep in mind, what might be stressing your cat out, especially if your cat has started hissing suddenly. Like if they didn't hiss before, take a look around and say, what has changed in this house? What's different? What has triggered the cat to feel insecure and feel threatened and feel like he needs to start hissing at other cats? And why are the cats fighting? What has changed? And like I say, they will turn on each other just like kids will. If mom and dad are fighting or the family just moved or whatever, there's stress in the house. And before you know it, your kids are like turning on each other, and the same thing will happen with pets. All right. And it'll happen with cats. Another reason why a cat will hiss at another cat is they don't want to share. Cats will hiss at each other if they don't want to share their food and water bowls, their litter box, their scratching post, their toys, or their bed. They'll even hiss at each other if they don't want to share you. And again, I did that video about keeping cats from fighting. And in that, I talk more at length about cats who don't want to share. And again, it goes back to their primal instincts of being territorial. Okay, so if you have a cat that's hissing at another cat, or if they're both hissing at each other, think about their stuff. Again, they can be very territorial by nature. And so, if they're hissing at each other around the food bowl, give them each their own food bowl. If they're hissing at each other around the litter box, give them each their own litter box, their own toys, their own perch. If they don't want to share, don't try to fight it, because you probably won't be able to change that mindset in a cat. But consider the fact that if your cat is hissing at the other cat, he maybe just doesn't want to share. And the easiest solution is to just give him his own stuff. Give him his own bed, give him his own toys, give him his own food bowl. And it may not even be a permanent situation. It may be just for a while, especially if it's a new cat, if you've brought a new cat home and they're hissing, or if you've brought a new cat home and your old cat is hissing, your old cat doesn't want the new cat near the food bowl, near the litter box. Do you see what I mean? So just think about the whole issue of sharing. If they're being forced to share something, that might be the issue and why they're hissing. Okay. The other one, and we've touched on this briefly, is territorial disputes. They will always hiss at each other if they feel that the other cat is intruding on their territory. Any changes in territory can cause hissing, even if you move the furniture around, if you change the location of the litter box, or again, if a new pet or a new family member is added to the house. Your cat in general just wants to create an environment for himself where he knows what's his, he knows where his food and water is, he knows where his litter litter box is. He knows where his toys are. He knows where he's supposed to sleep. Most importantly, a cat needs to know where he can hide. A cat always needs to know where they can hide, where they can escape to. That's just the general mentality of a cat. And once they establish those things become very important to them. So if anything happens at all where they feel like their territory, meaning the things or the areas in the house that they perceive as belonging to them, if they see those things threatened in any way, they will get aggressive and they will start to hiss. And again, they're not being jerks. It's a primal instinct for them to protect what they have. All right. Also, a cat might feel vulnerable. If your cat is in pain or if he has been injured, they will hiss at another cat because they feel vulnerable as the cat approaches. So always keep that in mind, especially if you have a cat who is suddenly hissing, who didn't hiss before. Your cat might be injured. There might be something medically or physically wrong with them. They may be in pain. So always consider that if your cat is hissing, whether he's hissing at you or the other cats. I'm going to give you a link in the description box to go ahead and subscribe to my cat lovers email list. If you're subscribed to that list about once a week or so, you will get an email from peoplelovinganimals.com, and it will be all about the care and health and training of cats. I think that you'll find it helpful, and I will give you, when you subscribe for that list, I'll send you a little ebook called Stopping Bad Cat Behavior. It's a helpful little ebook, and I'm happy to give it to you as a free gift for subscribing to the email list if you would like to. Again, I'm going to give you a video. I'm going to give you the link, how to keep cats from fighting. And I'm also going to give you the video and the article about things that stress your cat out and why your cat might be a nervous wreck. Now, like I said, I'm going to give you a link to this article. It covers why cats hiss in general, why they hiss at people, why they hiss at other cats, and what to do about your cat hissing. Basically, what to do about your cat hissing has everything to do with knowing why they're hissing. So I hope that today's video has given you some insight as to some of the reasons why your cat might be hissing at other cats. And then I've also given you those other videos to watch. So hopefully when you're done taking in all that content, you're going to have a really clear understanding of what's wrong with the cat. You know, what is the beef with the cat? What is the cat upset about? Why are they hissing? I really hope that you have found today's video to be helpful. So again, I'm going to give you a link to all of that stuff in the description box. I would love to have you as a subscriber. Please go ahead and share me with your friends and family who have a pet, because they might be having some issues with their dog or cat that they need help with. And also, I was going to give you the information. Let's get back in the article here. I was going to give you the information about the cat training programs. There are two of them that I'm going to give you the links for in the description box. One is called ultimatecatSecrets.com. That is a 12-part audio program that covers not just cat training, but virtually everything that you would need to know about owning a cat. It's a very complete program. It's a very good program. It's only $37 and it comes with a money-back guarantee. I do highly recommend that one. I'll give you the link to it. I'm also going to give you a link to the Complete Cat Training Guide. This is an ebook created by KingdomofPets.com. It also happens to be $37. It also comes with a money-back guarantee. And that one is a really thorough cat training guide. It covers 25 cat behavior issues. So if you feel like you're having more than just a hissing problem with your cat, if you're having other behavioral issues with your cat, I highly recommend that one as well. One more thing I want to mention before we go is that I donate to animal charities. If you've been here before, you know that I do peoplelovinganimals.com as my job. I get a small affiliate commission for some of the products and services that I recommend on my website, and I give 10% of those commissions to animal charities. So I would love to have you visit the homepage of my website, and you will see a list of the animal charities that I donate to. So again, thanks so much for watching. I hope that today's video was helpful. Again, my name is Deborah, and my website is peoplelovinganimals.com. Thanks again. Bye-bye.